This conference will now be recorded.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening, all. Can you all
Good
hear
evening.
me?
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening,
Yeah,
sir.
thank you. Thank you very much for confirming. Okay, so in the interest of time, I'll not be taking anyone's introduction. I assume everyone or all of you doesn't have any experience into success factors. Okay, so if you already have experience into success factors in one of the modules, please bear with me because there might be some topics which are very basic for so that every layman can understand what is being trained. Okay, so let me introduce myself. I'll have my introduction only. Usually in demo sessions, I generally take introduction of everybody so that we understand each other before starting off the sessions. But since we have around 15, 16 people, so it would take a lot of time, in introducing. So, let me introduce myself. I'm Venu. I have around 16 years of experience into the field of HR. I've started my career as HR executive for one of the manufacturing industries. Okay, and then from there, I've learned SAP HCM, moved to SAP HCM implementations. I was doing implementations for Indian customers. Then from there, I have upgraded my skills and moved to Success Factors. And it's been like almost 9 years that I'm into Success Factors. And in these 9 years, I've handled modules like Employee Central, Compensation, PMGM, which is Performance Management, and then Recruiting. Though I have worked on all of these modules, I'm more comfortable on Employee Central and Compensation because I've spent most of my time in these areas. I have certification in both compensation and employee central. So when it comes to the teaching, I'm into teaching from last 12 years. I used to train on SAP HCM when I was doing HCM implementations. Later, after getting into success factors again, I've started training on success factors as well. So I train usually on employee central and compensation modules. So that's a quick intro about me. Maybe it is not quick, it's big intro about me. Okay, so any doubts that you have in between, please feel free to ask me, stop me, ask me any kind of questions that you have, not only in the demo, but also in the regular sessions. Okay, so even if I have answered some questions for someone, you don't have, if you think or if you feel that you need some more information, please feel free to stop me and ask me. I'm ready to answer any kind of questions related to the content. Okay. Okay. So let's get into the demo session.
Question, sir.
Yes. Yeah. First question. Go
Compensation,
ahead.
compensation will be considered as capital management. It comes under the capital management because the jargons what we use, especially in success factor. So sometimes it used to be earlier. It used to call HCM, which is human resources capital management. So does it compensation comes under capital management?
We don't have anything called capital management. We have, or no, SAP or Success Factors have segregated these modules into the core and the talent modules. Okay, so
Okay.
we either call them the core modules like EC, ECP, and then talent modules,
Mhm.
like RCM, onboarding, compensation, LMS, and so on. Okay,
Okay.
compensation is more about the salary increases. How do we or how a manager recommends the salary increase for the employees based on the performance of the employees? How to reward the top performance in the organization? Okay, so that is done in the compensation module.
Got it. Got it.
Yes, you're correct. Earlier days, we were calling it as a HR application. Later, because of the modules now that are included in SAP, we were calling it as SAP HCM, which is Human Capital Management, with all of those talent-related modules. And now the Success Factors, we were calling Success Factors also a HCM application, but now they have changed it to HXM, Now, gone are those days where we were managing those. We Success Factors started with all of these modules, talent and the regular core modules. But now it is more like how an employee or a HR experience the application. It's not about utilizing or using the success factors system, how an employee or a HR experiences. So we are now calling it as human experience management, HXM.
Pictures. One more question. Does it cover end to end from recruitment till retirement in this?
No, no. We no. This is only on the Employee Central. So now let me be very clear. So this training, what we are going to have, this is only on the purely on Employee Central, core Employee Central. Okay. So this course consists of 24 to 25 sessions. First four sessions would be completely of theoretical part, like what is success factors, what is Employee Central, what do we do in success factors, so how do we, get into success factors? How to do certifications? Is certification required to get into success factors? What is learning hub? What is configuration guides? No, where do you download the documents related to success factors? Now, what if we have stuck up with any of the configurations? So what do we do? So all of these theoretical things which are required for everyone to know before getting into success factors, we discuss in first four sessions. These are completely of theoretical based. Okay, I'll be showing you some important URLs that you would be using, when you get into success factors. And then from fifth session onwards, we'll be moving to the practical part. The rest of the 2021 sessions would be completely on the practical part. Everybody will be given access to system, which can be accessed 24/7 for 30 days. We review or no, we discuss one topic each day. We'll be giving you homework. You'll have to come back with your homework, or if you have any doubts in those areas, you can come back, you can stop me, you can ask me. We'll clarify them and then move to a different topic. That's how the training goes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You all will be given the materials, all the material required for your certification or your interviews or for your implementations. You'll be given access to system to practice, and then resume preparation or assistance in the job can also be provided.
In case after the training, also, do we get the access for the whatever you call sandbox or that training?
Yes, demos. We call it a demo system. Yes, that can be provided.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
You can speak to your representatives like Krishna or someone, whomever you're coordinating with. You can speak to them. You can get the access.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So how many of you know what is a success factor system? Now, in short, we have discussed what is success factors. It's a HXM or HR product. Okay. Now, a lot of you or most of you must have already heard about success factors application. It's a cloud computing application which is owned by SAP. Now, SAP implements success factors. Apart from SAP, there are many other companies who implement success factors to customers. Okay, so when you say cloud computing, what exactly is cloud computing? Any idea what exactly is cloud computing? What do we do with the cloud computing? Can anyone tell me?
Yeah, hi Venu. So cloud computing is where the underlying infrastructure or whatever the servers, hardwares, and all this stuff, this is all provided by SAP, and also it is kind of scales. I mean, on the system load and all this stuff, and the company doesn't have to worry about the underlying infrastructure of the softwares and all.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, in short or in the regular terminology, so every application that we work on, we need some kind of database. Now, forget about success factors or any other application. Let's take a simple example of our mobile. Now, if I want to install some application, what is the first thing that we need? So I want to install WhatsApp application on my mobile. Okay, so what do I need? What is the first thing that I need?
Storage.
the storage. Okay, we need to have the enough storage to download that application and install, right? Secondly, I have the space. Now, where should I go to download the WhatsApp application? So we have,
Play Store.
depending on the technology that we use, depending on the platform that we use, either we go to Play Store if you are using Android or App Store if you are using iPhones. Okay, so that's the platform. The WhatsApp application is available for both the customers who are using iPhones and customers who are using Android phones, right? iOS or Android. So that is the platform on which the application is built. So will the application look same in both iOS and Android? The functionalities or the features may be same, but you will see a slight difference in the UI, user interface, right? Yes or no? Did you compare any application in both of the mobiles like Android and iPhones? Yeah. So that's because of the platform on which that application is built. And third is what you have downloaded. What is that WhatsApp application for? We are we have downloaded WhatsApp application for our social networking, to interact with our colleagues or friends or families or relatives, right? So that is the application, that application used for certain purpose. Now let's look at the cloud computing, the same thing, the cloud computing application. Okay, so what is a cloud computing? Now if you look at the description here, the practice of using a network of remote servers hosted on internet to store, manage and process data. So earlier days we were using the database within the premises. Now if I have to store some data in my mobile and if I don't have enough space, so what will I do? Either I go delete the unwanted files from my mobile, or what I'll do is I will move some of the files to the drive, right? If you're using Google Drive or iCloud or whatever. So you will be moving those files to the cloud or drive so that you can access those files as and when needed, right? Now, where are you storing those? When I say drive or iCloud, where is this getting stored? Is this in your local machine? No, you're not storing that in your local machine. So when you store some files in your local machine, you can only access those files if you have that machine with you. It could be your laptop, it could be your iTab, or it could be your mobile. If something is stored in your device, you can only access if you have it with you. If you store your application somewhere in the drive or iCloud, so you can access those files from any corner of the world. Where are they stored? They are stored somewhere in the cloud. So how are we accessing? We are accessing through internet. To access those files, you need to connect to internet. So either you have to log into Gmail or you have to log into your Apple sign-ins. So you will be using different application to log in and see or access your files, which are stored somewhere in the cloud. Now, same thing in real world. Now to access the applications, in earlier days we were accessing SAP HR. To access SAP application, we were installing that application in the local systems, and then those local systems are connected to the database or the server. The server should be somewhere in your organization. Now you have to connect your application or your machines to the servers through local area network. But now to access SuccessFactors system, we don't have to connect any of the systems. You don't have to use the local area network. We use internet to connect to these applications, to store, manage, and process the data. So we discussed about the infrastructure, the storage, the platform, and then application. Right? Same thing what you see here. Now both your on-premise and the cloud computing applications follow the same structure of infrastructure, platform, and application. So depending on the structure, the cloud computing services have been divided into three: IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. IaaS is nothing but infrastructure as a service. Here, the cloud service providers, they will only give you the required space. Let's say I want to develop my own application. So instead of procuring the servers are very expensive. Instead of procuring the server, let's say I want to have 100 TB of space. Instead of procuring the servers, I subscribe for the infrastructure. And then let's say I want to use it for 1 year or 3 years. So I subscribe for 3 years and then start using it. After 3 years, if I want to, no, if I want to continue with that service, I can go with that. Or if I want to move out from that service, I can move out because you have paid only for that particular period. And then you have platform as a service. Here you'll be getting both infrastructure and platform. So if you want to develop your application, you need something to develop. What is the platform that you want to build? So you need to procure that server. So no, you need to procure that platform. Instead of procuring it, you can use the existing available platforms on cloud. And then third is software as a service. Here the example is your SuccessFactors, Salesforce, Workday. So all of these are inbuilt applications. These applications are already developed applications. You don't have to do anything. If customer want to use SuccessFactors, they just pay to SAP and start using the application. There, we have to configure their systems. We need to understand the customer's requirement and configure the system as per their requirement. So what do we do in SuccessFactors? We understand customer's requirement. Every customer has got different process. Let's say one customer says, now if we have to transfer an employee, we may route the request to three levels of approval. First manager has to approve, second manager's manager has to approve, and third, no, HRBP has to approve. So some other customer may say that I want to have only one level of approval, or some customer may say that I don't need any approvals, I just transfer the employee. So each and every customer will have a different requirement. These requirements you will be getting it from the customer and configuring it in the system. Now, to look at the examples of these cloud service models, we have infrastructure as a service, Amazon Web Services, AWS. Platform as a service, we have force.com on which your Salesforce is built. Windows Azure, Google Apps Engine, where you see a lot of applications on the Google. And then software as a service, we can see SuccessFactors or a Workday or a Salesforce or no Google Apps or a Dropbox. So all of these are examples of software as a service. Why should customers go or move from existing applications to cloud computing applications? What are the advantages of getting into cloud computing? The first and foremost is the productivity anywhere, meaning we can access the application from any corner of the world. Let's say I'm a manager, I am traveling on business trip. Somebody has requested maybe one of my direct report has requested for a leave. I'm in travel, I can still approve that request. I can have my SuccessFactors application installed in mobile and approve that request. Or if I have to initiate some action when I'm out of station, yes, I can still be able to access if I'm connected to internet. That's the productivity anywhere. You don't have to be in that particular place. You don't have to be in office to open your application. From any corner of the world, you can just open, just do your activities. Offsite data storage, meaning the data what you're processing or you're managing, is not getting stored in your local machines, local devices. It is getting stored somewhere in the cloud. So you don't need the physical server. Servers are very expensive. So no, you don't have to procure servers. You don't have to have a dedicated space for your servers. You don't have to have no, a separate team to look after your servers. So all of these are saved through cloud computing because you're storing the data off-site, not on-site. No IT maintenance costs, like we discussed. If you have servers, your own servers, you are responsible for your servers. Or you should take care of your servers. If something happens like disaster resistance, it is your responsibility to fix the servers. If something happens to your server, or tomorrow I want to increase the server space, it is your responsibility. You have to do that. Whereas in cloud computing, you just say I need additional space, you just pay for it and then start using it. Always up 365 days. You can use this applications 365 days. There's no downtime 24/7. Lower cost of ownership because you're not procuring servers, because you're not no, dedicating a space for your servers. You're not hiring this special or the IT people to look after your servers. Obviously, the amount that we spend on the cloud computing applications are much more lesser when compared to on-premise applications, and then easily upgraded. So every application needs some kind of upgrades. When it comes to success factors, SAP upgrades the application twice in a year, once in 6 months. So every 6 months, they keep on enhancing the product with the new functionalities or improvements in the existing modules or the functionalities. And this is done once in 6 months. So that's easily upgraded. You don't have to do anything as a consultant. You'll just have to go through what are the new functionalities, features that have come in the system. So that's why customers started moving out from the on-premise applications to cloud computing applications. What is success factors? Success factors is a HXM applications mostly used by the employees and HRs of the organization. Employees use this application to do their appraisals, to look at their pay slips, to update their master data, to update their addresses, to look at their salary information, to train or to get trained through LMS modules. HRs uses it to hire employees, to maintain master data of the employees, to recruit employees, to hire employees. They use the success factors application. So we have many modules in success factors, the core being the employee central. Now, if you look at this picture, the base for all of these modules is employee central. So what do we do in employee central is we maintain the master data of the employees. Yes,
Very
go ahead.
question.
Yeah.
When this change is done, the version of success factor will be changed for every 6 months when the SAP does the changes.
No,
So
SAP
do we get
upgrades. See, I'll take an example. Now, you must have been using the WhatsApp application, okay, from long time, right? Initially, when they started this application, we didn't had so many features. Today we have a lot of features like we can send money, we can have a group calls, we can have video calls, we can share some documents, we can share some files. All of these functionalities were not there earlier. So now we can use all of these applications. So when did WhatsApp added all of these functionalities? All of these are not added overnight. No, maybe as and when there is an upgrade happened. So did we see anything now getting lost when these upgrades happen? No.
no?
We still see all our data, all our communications, everything in the application. Same thing, success factors. Now the new features are going to be added into the application. Wherever there are some enhancements, you will see that change in the UI or change in the functionality, but existing data will not be disturbed. Okay, and every time they come up with some new feature, okay, existing feature, if they want to deprecate it, so they will be giving us information, no prior information. Let's say in 2025 there is something called reporting, which they are going to remove in SuccessFactors system. For alternative for that is something called story reports. Now it is available in the product. Customers can go enable it and start using the story reports, because existing reports, they are going to be deprecated somewhere in 2025. Now we were informed 2 years back, or no, maybe 6 months back, they have informed saying that this feature is going to be deprecated. So all of those existing reports, they will be moved to the new functionality called story reports. In 2025 November, they are going to update all the customer system with the new functionality called story reports. So existing reports will be moved to the new reporting tool. So that's an example. So nothing will be changed now. New features will be added. That doesn't mean that existing data or anything would be disturbed. Yes, go ahead.
Venu, I have one question. Like, since I'm completely new to this success factor or technical things in
Hmm.
that sense, so like I was just going through few of the job opportunities relating to a success factor. Now, few of the
Mm-hmm.
places the job is described like success factor application developer and stuff like that. So, is it like technical? Where because when we think about SAP, a lot of people say BAP and all this
Yeah,
stuff. So how
yeah, yeah.
much technical coding or these things are related to it, or it is kind of a completely functional
Zero
stuff?
coding. It's a functional
Okay,
application. Success factors consultant role is it's a functional role. It's not a technical role. We don't do any kind of developments. All the developments are done by SAP. We do
okay,
only the customizations. We do only the configurations.
okay,
So there are many functionalities, many features available in SuccessFactors system. Like
okay,
we have the option of creating a department.
mhm,
Okay. So depending on customer requirement, you go add the department. Some customers say that I have 4 departments: HR, sales, finance, and production. Some customers may say
mhm.
that I have 10 departments. So you can create 4 departments, you can create 10 departments, or you can create any number of departments or locations.
Okay.
For that, we
Just
don't
one.
have to do any kind of development. We only use it and configure it as per customer needs. Yes,
Yeah,
go ahead.
just like you gave one example of approval requests, okay, and how it will be configured. Like,
Mhm.
suppose a company is implementing a success factor, obviously they will be needing some configurations and stuff. But like going forward, it is a one-time setup, or like the project continues depending upon the requirement changes, or how the flow goes in a
Okay.
real-time
So
environment.
one good thing in success factors is good thing for the consultants like us. Okay. Good thing is every customer who wants to use success factors for their employees, for their organization, they should have the support consultants working with them after the implementation. So we have two roles here: implementation and the support. Implementation is getting the requirement from the customer, configuring it to in configuring the system as per their needs, and then handing over the system to them. And then second role, where you support the customer, where the application is already developed, configured as per customer's requirement. Now as a support consultant, we need to look after the any kind of issues that they face, any kind of data management that they have to do, or any kind of changes that are to be taken care, or the release management. Release management is those upgrades. Every 6 months, success factors upgrades, right? So customer doesn't know what are the new features that have come in system. We should educate them what are those new features. We should understand first what are those new features, and then explain or educate them, saying that these are the new features which are going to come in this release. Okay, you'll have to explain those things.
Okay,
Uh,
and in the course,
Venu,
obviously, I guess you'll be covering few interview questions and real-time scenarios, right?
Yes, the practical part, what we are going to do, this is purely on the scenario based. Like we know, we'll see couple of scenarios, like how do the customers handle this kind of scenario, that will be configured in the system. And as and when I feel that you'll be getting some kind of interview questions or certification questions, I'll be telling you that too. Right?
Okay,
A
okay,
certification, you have some set of no features or some set of configuration or the areas of configuration where you will be getting some questions in certification or some questions in your interviews. What are the probable interview questions? So those things I'll be telling you.
okay, okay. Thank you, Venu.
Yeah,
Venu, I have a couple of questions.
yeah,
One
go
thing,
ahead.
the first thing is, what are the prerequisites? Like, do we have any existing knowledge of the particular industry because it is related to uh, HCM? So,
Hmm.
do we need to be in that particular job for a couple of years, or any
No,
other
it is
prerequisite?
now prerequisite, meaning if you have knowledge into HR, that would be sufficient. You don't need to have knowledge in SAP or Oracle or some technical. No, you don't need that knowledge.
Okay, okay, and
Basic understanding of HR functionalities, like what a HR does in the organization, what an employee does in the organization. If you have that knowledge, yes, you can take up this course.
okay. And next thing is, you said you already have almost 9 years of experience in success factors. So,
Hmm,
uh, so this particular software or this particular tool is already very old. So, looking at the current generation, the machine learning and artificial intelligence, what is
hmm,
the future job prospects and salary,
hmm.
and how it will be for new learners like us?
Yeah. So there are many features which are the AI related in success factors too. We have something called JOL, which has been introduced recently, which is the artificial intelligence tool. Okay, so success factors is also including the AI related no topics or the areas into success factors wherever needed. So they will also be building the application or improving or enhancing the application as per your no demands. Okay, so there is no it is just 10-year-old 10 or 12 years old application, or maybe after SAP has acquired. SAP is there from 40 years,
Right.
right? At least success factors is a new the existing cloud computing application. Okay,
Okay.
so there are
So
many
my
enhancements, many features that are coming every release, which includes your AI ML or no any kind of analytics, the new way of reporting the application. So all of these things are being included in the product.
okay,
Go ahead.
okay, that's it. Thanks.
Yeah. Anything else?
Yes, Venu. Uh, is it feasible to share your experience in what are the challenges usually the consultants face during the implementation, during the course of their
I think
onboard job?
it is too early for us to know. I can say
No, in,
100
future.
scenarios, but you'll not be able to understand because this is the first demo session that we are discussing. There are many areas. Now, if I say foundation objects or MDA foundation objects,
No,
you will
in
not be able
future,
to
I'm
understand
asking.
others. Maybe if you have some knowledge in success factors or no knowledge in
Mhm.
success factors, others may not be able to understand. Yes, definitely, I'll give you those insights after couple of hours or after couple of sessions.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll be discussing like what are the pain points generally, a consultant goes through when implementing it for the customer.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else, others? Okay.
Venu,
So yeah.
just one more question. Is like
Yeah.
employee central? Suppose I have a very limited corporate experience, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Mm-hmm.
have earlier worked on simple recruitment and also worked in some business process, okay. So will success factor employee central be enough to land up with a job, or I need to again gain my
Yeah.
knowledge on
Employee
some
Central,
other module related to it?
Employee Central is a vast module in SuccessFactors. There are many modules, like all of these are modules: performance management, recruiting, compensation. And out of all of these modules,
Mhm.
Employee Central is a big module. If you are thorough with the Employee Center without any knowledge in any of these modules, yes, you can get into SuccessFactors. If you have any additional knowledge or any additional module knowledge, yes, that's advantage for you. You can apply for two different roles, one for Employee Central and one for the compensation or learning, wherever, or whichever module that you are comfortable with. So in real time,
Okay.
when you are hired, you will be working only on one module. In fact, for one module, you will see 2 or 3 consultants working in each module.
Hmm. Hmm.
Now, compensation, you'll have 2 consultants. Employee Central, 2 or 3 consultants. Learning, you'll
Hmm.
see 1 or 2 consultants. Recruiting, you'll see 1 or 2 consultants.
Hmm.
So it is always no advantage to have multiple knowledge experience, but again, it is not mandatory that you should have knowledge in multiple areas of success factors. Satish has a question. As you said, SAP SuccessFactors is already updated and ready to use. Then again, why do we need to configure? Because every customer has got a different requirement. Not every customer needs all of the functionalities in SuccessFactors. SuccessFactors has got lot of functionalities. Like to give you an example, there is a feature called global assignment. This is only required for a customer who has their operations in different countries. Now, my company has got operations in different countries like US, UK, China, Japan, and India. So, if I have the policy of sending my employees to different countries on a short or a long term assignments, so I'll be using this functionality called global assignment. This is not required for a customer who only operates from one country. So you have to enable this global assignment and do the configuration. What do we do when you transfer or when you move an employee from one country to other country? So you need to get the understanding from the customer and configure it as per customer needs. There are 101 fields available in success factors. In personal information, you have first name, middle name, last name, business first name, business last name, second name, primary name. So there are 101 fields. Not all of these fields are required for each and every customer. Some customers may say that I don't want middle name, I just need first name and last name. Some customers may say that I want to have these 3 fields and I want all of these fields to be mandatory. Some customers may say that no, only first name is mandatory. There might be some employees who doesn't have any last name or middle name. So let's not have it as a mandatory field. So these things you will have to configure. Success factors gives you all of those fields in the system. You will have to configure that in the system. Some customers may say that, no, I don't care. I don't want all of these 101 fields. Let's enable only 20 fields. And I have some other requirement. I need some more, some custom fields into this. Now, blood group is not available in personal information. I want to add that in this. So you can go and configure that or customize that portlet. So that's where the consultant has to do. Okay. What did Satish? There's one more question from Rishi. What about market share of SF? As I see, there is a Workday, great HR. Workday, yes, there are thousands of customers in SAP. All of the SAP customers are moving to SuccessFactors because they have been using SAP product from long. It is easy for them to migrate to SuccessFactors than going to Workday. And that does not mean that only SAP customers can go with SuccessFactors. So Workday and SuccessFactors, these two are competitors. Now Great HR, we cannot even compare Great HR with Workday or SuccessFactors. These are global products. SuccessFactors and Workday, these are global products. You cannot compare Great HR or or any other application. Yes, if you look at the global customers, the bigger companies, MNCs, you'll see either SuccessFactors or Workday. And both of these applications have got its own advantages and disadvantages. Maybe in some areas, SuccessFactors is really good. Some areas, Workday is really good. Now, I cannot say, or we cannot say that no, only SF is good or only Workday is good. It's like two products, Thumbs Up and Pepsi. What do you like? Maybe you like Pepsi, but I like Thumbs Up. Somebody might come and say, I like Coke. Maybe the drink is same, but the different tastes, different people have different tastes. I cannot say, the Thumbs Up is not good, don't drink Thumbs Up. Okay, same thing. Yes, multiple companies use multiple tools. That's again advantage. Okay. Now some customers, what they do is they go with Employee Central in SuccessFactors. They go with compensation or learning in some other application. If they feel that that application is giving better results or better functionalities, yes, they can go. We can still manage. Now, some customers, you will see there is no Employee Center. They only want to use compensation or recruiting. Yes, that also happens. So we can have any of the modules implemented for customers. But the core, or why do we call Employee Central as a base is we maintain all master data, which is required for all of these modules. Now compensation, if we have to implement compensation module for customer, for whom do you want to review salaries? Where are those employees? Those employees are in Employee Central. Now we can also go with compensation without Employee Central, but you need to maintain that data somewhere in third-party application and then bring that data to SuccessFactors. Instead of doing all of those things, you maintain the data in Employee Central, push it to any other module. Recruiting needs some information from Employee Central. Recruiting needs the vacant positions. Recruiting should identify who is a recruiter, who is a hiring manager, what are the vacant position, what is the grade that you want to hire. So all of these details are available in Employee Central. So that's the base for SuccessFactors application. Okay, let me take the questions one by one. I think Rishi, I have answered you. Ruhi says employee benefits and timesheet and time off are these different products of SF. Yes, these are optional additions of SuccessFactors. Now, these are not part of Employee Central. Now, if you are writing or doing the certification in Employee Central, these are not covered as part of Employee Central certification. These are called optional additions. We have separate certification for time off, and these are not part of the course. Then you have mega localization. Does it change the currency and language depending on the country location? Yes. SuccessFactors is a global product. It supports more than 40 countries or 40 languages, more than 50 countries and more than 40 languages. We can enable the language in any language, any country specific language. Let's say I am implementing for a customer who is in India. Apart from English, I want to show up the application in Hindi. Yes, I can translate that into Hindi or Arabic or Spanish or French. Yes, we can do that. And there is one more question from Durga. For every 6 months, there will be an update. As we will be also the new to those updates, will SAP train us those updates or how? So whenever the release happens, so there is a portal called community.successfactors.com. If you are associated with any of these implementation partners, you'll be getting notifications that in 10 days time, you'll be getting these updates in system, go through these release features, or there are some training sessions conducted by SAP. You can now subscribe and attend those sessions. You can download all of that content. You look at these new features in your test systems first before you educate your customer. You understand it first. You can check with SAP what, if you are not sure with the functionality, you can always check with SAP what exactly is this. Now, or SAP will give you necessary documents, the right documents to go through, or wherever possible, they also include some kind of videos like how to navigate, what are the new functionalities, and so on. And what is the salary we can expect as a fresher in this field after certification, Kumar? So if you are a fresher who has just graduated, that's fine. So it could be anywhere it starts with 25,000. Good. So good. You can land up anywhere between 25 to 30,000 as a fresher salary. And if you have some kind of experience after your education, I would recommend you to go with some experience, because you're learning success factors application, you're learning the configuration, you're spending your time, you're spending your money. I would recommend you to go with experience. Okay, now that can go up to any salary. It all depends how much salary, now how much knowledge you have on that application and how much salary you are expecting. Now, the experience, 2 to 3 years of experience, the minimum salary you can expect is 10 lakhs is the minimum salary. Can be 15, 20, goes up to 50, 60 lakhs. Satish says, I have seen many profiles, their experience in HR, payroll, or HCM experience in relevant department as freshers. How do we get job in SAP SF? There are many companies who also hires freshers. Yes, I do agree that you will not have those many jobs like no experienced candidates. If your company has advertised 10 positions, you will see only 1 or 2 positions as a fresher. Can you teach with all the release updates also these training sessions? Now we are going to use the latest system, whatever has been updated in the recent times. The near feature, like the next release is going to happen in the month of April. So we'll not be able to discuss those features, but whatever that have come in the last release, like November, December, whatever new features that have come in the system, yes, we can see that in our training too. So otherwise, yes, we would be working on the latest application. Yeah. Did I answer all of your questions? Anything else from anyone? Yes, no? Okay. So let's get into the topic. So Employee Central is all about maintenance of master data, and then this master data is used by all of the modules like the talent modules or core modules, performance management, which is used for appraisals, compensation for salary recommendation, salary revisions, jam for social networking, learning management, LMS for trainings, recruiting to source the candidates, succession to staff, plan for staffing changes. So these are workforce analytics or reporting for our reports. So all of these modules can be integrated with Employee Central. Okay, so just a small example of how the data flows from SuccessFactors Employee Central to recruiting and then onboarding and then back to Employee Central. So one small example where if you want to source a candidate, first thing that you need is the open position. So these open positions or the position details are maintained in Employee Central. Recruiter finds that open position then converts that position to requisition, sources the candidates, negotiates with the candidates, and then push back all of this data to Employee Central for hiring. Hiring is done in Employee Central. Some customers may also have onboarding module after recruiting. Once the candidate is offered, candidate will be sent a link where candidate has to update all information before or prior to joining the organization. So all of this happens in onboarding module. On the day of hiring, so the candidates details, all of the candidate details are pushed to again Employee Central. So that's one example where we fetch the data from other modules and we also move the data from Employee Central to other modules. Okay, so I'll stop it here and see if you have any other questions. So I can see there are two more questions. Does SAP HCM is to learn for SF? I didn't get you, Satish. No, SAP HCM is not required if my understanding is correct. So if you're asking about if you need SAP HCM as a prerequisite or to learn SAP HCM before getting into this success factors, no. You can directly learn success factors. You don't need SAP HCM experience. Yeah.
Yeah, when I have two questions. One is, does it have the reporting tool, inbuilt tool in SuccessFactor? Or
Yes, we do have.
do they use any kind of a third-party tools or they have inbuilt tool?
Third-party tools can also be integrated. If you think that success factors reporting is not that use or you have a requirement where success factors is not giving you or giving you that solution, you can go with the third-party application as well. See here, you have reporting. You can you have different types of reports here, like table reports. You can create tiles. You can create dashboards. Okay.
Okay. And
Once.
do we have any kind of a, as a consultant, can we make a dashboard for the,
Yes.
okay.
See, all of these are the tiles or the dashboards what we have built, and you can go and look at the data, extract the data from here. So
Okay.
different types of tiles that are created and can be extracted from system.
Okay. Could you elaborate on this one? I saw that one of the slides says Jam. Jam is more like a social networking
Jam
user.
is more like social networking within
Teamwork,
the organization. You
team
want
building.
to coordinate or you want to create groups. Like what do we do in WhatsApp? We create groups of with our friends, maybe relatives, and then we exchange some information. Same thing in organization. If you want to create your own teams and then chat or exchange the information, you can use Jam application.
Got it. I was under impression team building kind of a thing. It's more like a networking and
Yes.
communicating within the
Yes.
team. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Hmm. There's one more question. Let me answer that. Which module has more opportunities? There's nothing like the important module or the more number of opportunities. Employees out of all of the modules, since Employee Central is a core module, you'll see more number of opportunities in Employee Central, and also you'll see more number of candidates in the market applying for Employee Central. Compensation, you'll see rare no, in the job market, if you go and search for compensation, maybe you'll see only one or two jobs, but you also have very less candidates. Sometimes we spend 3 months or 6 months, just to source the right candidate for that particular module. So there's nothing like important module. Just because I'm working on Employee Central compensation, I cannot say that Employee Central is the most important module, something like that. No, it depends on just what customer want to have, and whether you have that knowledge or not. So every module has got equal opportunities like recruiting, onboarding. We have the same number of resources available in the market. Only thing is, If you're learning one module, learn it perfectly. If you're learning two modules, learn both of the modules perfectly. Don't say that this is my secondary, then I just have some knowledge. That's fine. Even if you have some knowledge, you can be considered sometimes. Yeah. Course content. Let me go and open. So I'll be sharing you the course content with your coordinator. So this is all what we'll be going through in next 20-25 sessions. The first session, these would be completely the theoretical part, first 4 sessions. Okay, we'll be covering all of this in the first 4 sessions. And then we start with the implementation. We do provisioning setups. We have different types of systems here, provisioning and instance. We start with the provisioning system, and then we'll come back to instance. We'll see how to navigate an instance, how to configure. So there are something, some there's a topic called data models where we go and look at the data model files, the XML files. We'll be discussing on the data model. So all of this is part of your course, part of the content which is covered in Employee Central, which is like THR 81. If you open any certification of Employee Central, you will see the content. Okay, so all of that content is covered here. So we'll start with the setting up of the org structure for any customer, and then using all of those org structure elements that we have created, or pay structure, or job structure elements that we have created, we'll go and see how to hire an employee in the system. Once we hire an employee, what all information we capture or maintain the data for the employees, if there are any additional fields which are required in any of those areas of employee profile, how to add them, how to modify that. We'll see how to upload the bulk data into system. If you are asked to create 1,000 employees or 10,000 positions, so how do we upload them? It could be employee data, it could be position data, or pay components. So all of this can be uploaded in the system. We'll see how to upload this data. And then we have security part, RBP, which is nothing but your role-based permissions. How the employees are granted permissions. Different employees, when they log into system, they see different screens. Now, as a consultant, you'll have a lot of access, so you will be able to configure. But employee will not be able to configure system. So that is controlled through permissions. So each and every employee in the organization will have the access to system. Again, depending on the role that they are in, they'll be granted the access. So we'll look at the workflows, approvals part. We'll see how to validate the data, how to propagate the data using business rules. We have something called business rules. We'll see how to maintain the pick list or the drop down values. We'll see how to create custom fields in existing profile. We'll see how to create a custom page itself on the people profile. Okay. We'll see how to manage the positions, position management, and then reporting. So this is your course content. So I'll be sharing you the course content in detail. You can go through all of these topics.
So you're going
Okay.
to share today's recording also?
Yes, every day's recording will be shared after the session. It takes some time for converting the recording. So after that, you'll be getting the recording as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, how is the market if you have knowledge in 2 modules? Yes, if you have knowledge in 2 modules, that's good. That's an advantage for you. Success factors, yes, you have a very good market now, both in overseas and in India as well. Yes, if you are perfect with the 2 modules, you can get easily into success factors. Again, it all depends upon the timing when you are applying, for what module you are applying. If you see those job vacancies and if you have the right knowledge, they'll be acquiring you. Yes. Open to questions. Any other questions? before we
Uh,
close out?
Hi, Venu. Venu.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to know, like, if we done the EC
Hmm.
and I want to do the ECP, because
Hmm.
ECP is not what I, you know,
ECP,
learn or
Employee Central Payroll. If you have SAP HR payroll knowledge, you
yes,
can
yes, that I
learn
have.
ECP. Yeah, you can learn ECP. ECP is the cloud payroll system.
Mm-hmm,
Okay. So EC and ECP, you will be integrating your Employee Central data with SAP through
mm-hmm,
ECP. There are some integration switches you need to enable. You need to
mm-hmm.
configure the connection between both EC and SAP. So
Okay,
most of the screens, what you see in ECP are similar to your SAP HR payroll.
okay. So same T code will work there, like screen or
Yes.
T code.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, only the integration part we have to do.
Yes.
Okay. And one more thing, there is also one concept, like if the client is in ECC and the clients only wants to implement EC,
Hmm.
so that integration will be different. Like in that case, the payroll will be run in ECC only.
Yeah.
So that particular integration will be different.
Yes.
So there kind,
Again,
so there,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Again, depending on the interface that you want to use to transfer the data from SuccessFactors to either SAP or Oracle or any other third-party application, so you can
Okay,
use integration tools like Dell Boomi, HCI, HANA Cloud Integration, or PI.
okay.
Any tool can be used.
So that will cover, so ECP will cover all these integrations, like different type of integration scenarios in ECP.
Yes. Just for running the payroll, those are covered.
Okay. So if I do the ECP, then the same, the duration will be same of uh,
No,
the training.
ECP duration is different.
Okay,
So
that will be
the
less of time it
one
will take. Huh?
disadvantage on the ECP training is you will not be able to see the real-time scenarios, or you will not be able to work on the system, because there is
Okay,
nothing called ECP demo system. Only those
okay,
training would be on the PowerPoint slides. Nobody will
oh,
be able to show you the actual system.
okay. That was my query, like how we can do that, like because integrations and all need to understand.
Yeah, how many days we can access the system? It is initially for 1 month, and depending on your need, we can extend the access.
And
After
one,
course
okay,
completion, do you give any project? So let me take this. Satish asked me, after course completion, do you give any project? See, whatever that we do while training, that's like a small project. Okay,
okay.
it's nothing like a project. Will be whatever that we discuss in the session. That's like the real time project scenarios.
So we also do the test cases of the country specific, because there is a country specific concept also in EC. So we will
Yeah.
also get the opportunity, like country specific configurations or country specific points we will touch.
Yes. Wherever
Okay,
needed, like within job information, like you'll be configuring some country specific information like social security number for
correct.
US, or employee
US.
EO job category, yeah, FLSS status like for US, tax file
Oh.
number for Australia, national insurance number for UK. So
So
those
you
things
will,
you can.
okay. So you will focus on country specific points, so that if there is any opportunity for different countries, so we will be, easily we will easily able to get to to answer all the queries, like of the interviewer in the interview.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Any
Okay, okay.
question?
Hmm.
Scenario like when is a merger and acquisition or whatever the terminology used in the industry. Uh,
Hmm.
if they have a legacy system in the other company, the company which has been acquired by, who is using SuccessFactor. So that data can be accommodated in SAP easily, or is it how it works?
No, I didn't
I mean,
get.
employees.
Any.
So there are two companies, say company A,
Mhm.
company B. Company
Yeah,
A is using SuccessFactor, SAP.
yeah.
Company B is using very generic tool, or maybe say an example of Workday's HCM or Salesforce.
hmm Yeah.
Can we merge? Can we merge into one? The owners wanted to have an
Yes, we
SAP.
can.
Can we do that?
Yes, we can.
And unstructured data can we also import into our
Yes,
success? Okay. All
yes.
right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. After the course, if I'm spending 8 hours per day, it's not like spending 8 hours or 10 hours. It's how much you are grasping from the system. Okay, though you work only for 2 hours or 3 hours, if you are gaining a lot of knowledge on your practice, yes, definitely you can crack the interviews within a month. If to answer your question, like if you are spending 8 hours, hard work, okay, to the core, then you can crack the interview within a month.
So you'll be training
Okay.
us on how to
So,
crack the interview.
Yep.
Okay. The do's and don'ts.
See, general questions we'll be discussing, but again, every interview or they comes up with some different questions, so we cannot anticipate to know what they are going to ask, right? So whatever common things, that are
Definitely.
asked in the interviews, that we will be discussing.
Definitely. You have so much of experience. You must have interviewed a lot of
Yeah.
candidates. So that will really a good input
Yeah,
for us.
whatever question. See, every person's perspective is different. Like when I interview, I only look if the candidate has got a proper knowledge in on the basics. Okay, even if he or she doesn't have real-time knowledge, but if a chance is given to them, will they be able to perform? So that's what I look at. Some people when they interview, they try to ask the questions or they ask the issues that they have faced in their real time. Okay.
Thank you.
so Venu,
Yeah. Yeah.
if we have to do any customization, then same ABAP language will be there, or some different XML
No,
or different kind of.
for customizations, that's what I said. We don't use any kind of development here. We don't do any technical coding here. We'll be only doing the customizations through UI only. Like every screen, like we have personal information. Success factors gives you 100 fields, and then they gives you 20 text fields, 20 number fields, 10 or 20 date fields, 20 decimal fields additionally,
Mhm,
which
mhm.
may or may not be required for customer. If your customer
Correct.
says, I want to have these fields, you go enable it, permission it, configure it. Now, if you want to default some data,
And we
want
have
to
to put
have,
some condition. Suppose we have to put
yes,
some
any
condition
kind
like,
of condition, yes, conditions, validations, those things can be built.
so so that will be a particular, for that there will be some interface for that.
No, no. We use a screen called, or we use the functionality called business rule, where you write or no write the logic. Business rules are ways to implement logic in the system. So it can be
So it
used
will be
to
a so it
generate
will be a
alerts.
normal coding, type of
No,
normal coding.
it's not like coding. If you look at that, then you'll see no that this is not coding. This is just front end UI. You just have to select the values from the drop down, and
Okay.
system gives you some default settings like what do you want to do. Set this value. Go select set from the drop down, and then what you want from the drop down. You go pick that field, and then say what do you want to set. So it's simple.
Okay. So no ABAP interaction is required in SuccessFactor.
No, no.
Okay. And what about the TR movement? TR movement also happens the same way.
We have here the functionality called instant synchronization, where you transfer the data from one system to other system. So it's completely different from TR. So we also have configuration transport center, which is a new functionality available. This is similar to SAP transport. But again, we don't need any basis consultant or someone to transport these details. We can do it on our own.
Okay, so every system we have to import the changes from another system.
Yeah.
Okay. And one more thing about the certification. Like suppose I've done the certification, and after 6 months, new releases will come into the picture.
Yeah,
And suppose
I'll explain you that in detail in the regular sessions. You need to have
no, I was just
some.
if you can query, like if I am unable to renew my certification. Suppose I don't have the access of the
Learning hub.
this learning hub. So what will be happen? Like company will not provide, and it will be a very much costly, as I heard.
Yeah.
So there is no other option. Like my certification will
See,
be expired.
getting certified is consultant's responsibility. When you get into job, they look for your certification. That's your responsibility. You should have certification before joining the organization. Once you join the organization, it is your employer's responsibility to keep your certification active. If they are not giving you access, then you'll not be able to do clear
Correct.
your learning. This one, deltas or
So,
statements, we call it deltas or statements. Okay, so it is a more problem for the employer than you, because they have to place you on the projects, right? They're paying you the salary. They'll have to place you on projects. Without
but
placing you in the project, they won't get the revenue, right? So they will, every
understand.
company, they spend some kind of some amount on your trainings as well. So at least if they don't give you learning hub, they can give you certification hub access.
No, but in some companies, like they have only the limited access or limited certified, so they don't allow all
That's the
to do the
limitation of the company. Yes, limitation of
correct,
the company. Yeah.
correct. But in that case, my certification will be expired, and again I have to spend more
Yeah,
amount to
redo
do
the
the.
certification. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Vin.
So
When you
all
have
of
to,
these things, yeah, we'll be discussing in our regular sessions. Like certification, we'll spend like 20-25 minutes only on the certification, how to do, know what to do, what happens now after certification. So all of those things we'll discuss in detail. Okay, those who are new and who doesn't know anything about certification, that's for you.
Is it the same for all throughout SAP or only for SuccessFactors?
It is the same application like it's training.sap.com/ certification. So you'll find 100 plus certification in that. So success factors is one area in it.
Because we are completely, once the certification is done and once
Hmm.
we are into the job, we are completely dependent on the employer for our active subscription. If they are
Yes.
not if they are not proceeding further, or if there is any issue from their end, then
Hmm.
our certification and knowledge is at stake.
Your knowledge will not be at stake. But again, it is more loss for the company than you.
Okay.
You'll be getting paid as long as you're with the organization. They have to pay. Whether you're on project or not, they'll have to pay. Right? They're not giving you certification hub access or learning hub access. If you don't have certification, you'll not be able to do implementation. So
Right.
they'll have to find out someone with certification again. Right?
Right. Okay.
Okay, so we'll stop it here. I have a hard stop. Okay, so any questions that you have, you can just connect with Krishna or someone who are coordinating with. You can get answers from them, and we'll be starting our regular session probably the next week. Okay, and you'll be notified about this. Okay, thank you all.
No,
Thank you for your time.
thank you, Vin.
Thank you.
thank you.
Thanks, Venu.